Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, as always, I love to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, and peace and blessings unto the elect. All right, so I want to do this lesson on how, man, America is really losing its grip or its hold on the whole entire world. Because you have all these nations are coming up against America. All these nations are coming up against America. All these nations are, they're actually fleeing the ways of Babylon, are fleeing the wicked, perverted ways of Babylon, and which is all through the Spirit too. Because I believe it was either like on Monday or Tuesday when we held camp. I said that these other nations are going back to the ways of the East. All right, I said that. I said that westernized culture is slowly but surely, losing. Westernized culture is going away, and through the Spirit, the Heavenly Father had it to where I'm about to play this video about the president of Ghana to Africa, the Africans. It is time to make a change. Stop taking lecture from Europeans in the U.S. Time for self-reliance, right? Then also you have what's going on in Uganda. Uganda passes harsh bill for people who identify as a homosexual and will impose death penalty in some cases. Look at that. You see his shirt? I'm trying to be a little wise here, right? Not say too much, but you see what the Ugandan president has on his shirt, or I believe this is the president. Look at that. So man, we see that America's dominance, America's rulership, or westernization period is slipping. All right, it's going away, and that's all according to prophecy. Let me get this real fast. This is Isaiah 47:1. It says, "Come down, virgin daughter of Babylon," which is America, "and sit in the dust," which the dust means the lower state. "For your days of sitting on a throne have ended, O daughter of Babylonia. Never again will you be the lovely princess, tender and delicate." You see that? So the days of America sitting on a throne, having rulership, is over. Dominating the whole entire world, man, it's over with, right? So let's go ahead and play this real quick. Esau is the end of the world, man. We are at the end of this man's rulership.
We've done enough talking, and dare I say we've had enough conferences and workshops. We know what we need to do. It is time just to do it. We've run out of excuses for the state of our continent. We have the manpower. We should have the political will. It is time to make Africa work. We have good reason to be proud of who we are and the beautiful continent that is ours with its vibrant cultures. The geographic space covered by Africa makes it the second largest of the 7 continents. It has 30% of the world's remaining minerals of value. It has some of the most breathtaking scenes on our planet. It has plants and animals that are wonders of the world and critical for the survival of the globe. I hear a lot about the need to change our narrative and tell our own good story. Ladies and gentlemen, as the saying goes, nothing succeeds like success. If we work at it, if we stop being beggars and spend Africa's monies inside the continent, Africa would not need to ask for respect from anyone. We would get the respect we deserve.
Hey man, you see that? So these other nations are trying to be independent. All right, man. These other nations are not trying to be dependent on America and the West anymore. And you heard them. It's like, look, man, we have all the resources, we have the money, we have the manpower to do so. Because a lot of these nations, they have to rely upon America to receive aid. Right? That's why you have Jamaica. All right, man, Jamaica sold out. Their prime minister. I'm not sure if it's the current prime minister of Jamaica or the previous one, but but they had sold out, man. They had sold out to receive aid. And because back then, if you was a bati boy, as Benjamin would say, if you was a bati boy, man, you would get put to death right on the spot. I mean, you would die right there on the spot. But now, Jamaica had laws to protect them. Why is that? Because they were receiving aid, or they were receiving some form of aid from them, America. Let me go ahead and grab that in Revelation 18. Hey, but like I said, yeah, as you can see, man, America's hegemony, America's power is slipping, and that's all according to biblical prophecy. All right, this is Revelation 18 and verse 3. It says, "For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies." You see that? So it says, "For all nations have drunken of the wine of the wrath of her fornication," which the fornication means other philosophies, her doctrine. All right, America's the democracy, which all these other nations are fleeing away from it. All these other nations are abandoning the democracies of America. And really, it started with Putin. Really, it started with Putin. You know, Putin is on a campaign saying that, America and the West, what they're doing is pushing out a satanic agenda, and that's probably awakening. Well, not even probably. That's awakening all the rest of these other nations. Like, damn, yeah, man. You take a look at America. America is looking through. All right, and America is being exposed, and because there has been a big expose on America. All right, man, showing you the real conditions of America, how broken down this society really is. Habakkuk 2 and 16. "Thou art filled with shameful glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered." That's right. America is being uncovered. America is being revealed for the low life, dirty, wicked ass society that it is. Because man, China has been putting out, Kensington, Kensington and Philadelphia, how polluted that place, and that place is polluted, man. I remember the first time I seen that place for myself. I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe what I was looking at. Man, it's terrible down there. Nothing but needles, drug addicts. Everybody strung out on drugs down there. Nothing but crime down there. It is horrible down there. It's like a fourth world country when you go there. Kensington is super popular, and it's popular not for a good reason, but for a bad reason. And all these other nations are seeing it. All these other nations are seeing it, because at one point in time, like it says in Isaiah 47, all right, it says, "Never again will you be the lovely princess, tender and delicate." At one point in time, America was that. Everybody wanted to come over here because they heard that the streets was paved with gold. I mean, you have all these opportunities. America was basically heaven on earth to these people. All right, but now we see, man, America ain't worth jack shit. That's why all these other nations are dropping this dollar, so-called dollar. All right, man, the petrodollar is at an end. All these nations are looking at other countries to go to. All these other nations are trying to click up with Russia and China, because they see that the time of America is over with. America had its course. America had its run, and now it's done. So back to Habakkuk 2 and verse 16, it says, "Thou art filled with shameful glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory." And that's what we're seeing, shameful spewing. America's glory is being turned into shame. So all these other nations are totally forsaking Babylon. So let me go ahead and grab that. In Jeremiah 51, and verse 7, it says, Babylon had been the golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken her from wine. Therefore the nations are mad. That's right. These nations are enraged. Verse 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed. Verse 9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and that's what everybody's doing. Everybody is forsaking Babylon because this place is done. All right, it cannot be healed. No balm can resuscitate this place, which balm is supposed to be healing ointment, right, to heal you of your wound. And we already know, pursuant to Nahum, the 3rd chapter and the 19th verse, that this wound is fatal. Nahum 3:19 in the NLT. There is no healing for your wound. Your injury is fatal. All who hear of your destruction will clap their hands for joy. That's right. All these other nations are rejoicing, seeing the downfall of America. Where can anyone be found who has not suffered from your continual cruelty? And that's why. All right, that's why everybody is rejoicing over your downfall. That's why everybody is rejoicing over the miserable state that America is in. Because you've been hitting these nations over the head continually. And you've been spreading your wicked ass democracy throughout their countries. So now these other nations are fed up. Right? These other nations are fed up. And America's mad too. Because let me go ahead and grab this. Right? It says the White House threatens Uganda with economic sanctions after the anti-gay bill passed in Parliament. The man also acknowledged that these sanctions could detriment the health assistance that the U.S. offer Uganda. You see that? So these other nations, they receive aid from America. They receive assistance. So for them to continue to receive assistance from America, America gives them a ultimatum. Like, we'll bet. If you want to continue to receive aid, all right, man, you have to let us come up in your country, spread our bullshit doctrine, our ways. Our people have to be Americanized over here if you want such aid. So let's go ahead and watch the video. And that's why this damn abomination is going to be destroyed.
Is anything like sanctions or some other concrete measure being considered by the U.S. side if this law should take effect?
Yeah, well, first of all, big if there, right? This is the Parliament passing it. It still has some process to go here. We're certainly watching this real closely, and we would have to take a look at whether or not there might be repercussions that we would have to take, perhaps in an economic way, should this law actually get passed and enacted. And that would be really unfortunate because so much of the economic assistance that we provide Uganda is health assistance, and largely through PEPFAR. You can see a world in which a law like this, should it be enacted, would not only, as Kareem rightly said, just be devastating to a whole community of people inside Uganda, but if it were to have any kind of an effect on our economic assistance, that would only make that worse. So we'll have to take a look. No decisions. We're watching this very, very closely, and hopefully it won't pass and we won't have to do anything.
You see that? So they're like, all right, well, if it don't pass, we're still gonna help them out. But if it do pass, we ain't helping them out. So man, America's a complete asshole type nation. If you don't get down with their ways, if you don't get down with their wicked ass philosophies, you won't receive no type of aid from them. And that's why these other nations lay in bed with America. These other nations lay in bed with America because of what? Because of how they can benefit from America. All right, this is Obadiah. Verse 7, it says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. See that? Those that receive some type of aid have laid a wound under you. There is none understanding in them. Yeah, because eventually all the allies of America is going to turn around and shoot missiles on America, pursuant to Revelation 17. All right, and I'm the NATO and the EU, and as well as these other countries that are so called on America's side. I mean, they're gonna shoot missiles on her. Why is that? Because of how they polluted the whole earth. This Revelation 19 and verse 2. It says, for true and righteous are his judgments. For he have judged the great whore, which did corrupt the earth with her fornication, and hath avenged the blood of his servants at her hand. You see that? So America corrupts the earth with what? Her fornication. Which that's going into American influence. Let's go into the word for corrupt. Go into the word for corrupt. It says to corrupt, destroy. All right. Right here it says by moral influences. You see that? By moral influences. So these other nations have been morally corrupted or morally influenced by America, just so that they can receive some form of aid. But now these nations are like, man, fuck it. Fuck it. We're just not gonna receive that aid anymore. And like I said, also, I wouldn't be surprised if Uganda try to click up with China or try to click up with Russia soon, because Russia and China are on a come up economically as a whole, superpower as a whole. You see that? So this is Revelation 17 and verse 3 says, so he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman, which the woman is dealing with America, was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, meaning what? America is rich, filthy rich. All right, because in the ancient world, when you was wearing purple and scarlet color, all right, and it says, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, that was the signs of what? Royalty. Having a golden cup in her hand, what did America do with that golden cup? America made all the earth drunken. Let's read it again. Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon had been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. See that? So America took that cup that was filled with abominations to make all the earth drink of it. Right? So back to Revelation 17:4, it says, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. What's one of that? Being a damn homo, or being a tranny, or woman rights, the whole nine, man. All right, man. Put in a polluted, a GMO Burger King and McDonald's in these other nations' lands. See what I'm saying? All these other nations want to bleach. All these other nations want to bleach their skin. Hey, that's real. That's real prevalent in West Africa, amongst Ghana and amongst Nigeria. Them women over there, they love to make their skin color brighter. Blonde hair. That's because of that cup that America had them drink of for the sake of aid. But now all that is coming to an end, because between the second Ezra 6 and 9, we are at the end of Esau's world. We are at the end of Esau's society. We're about to transition into Jacob's society, Jacob's world. All right, so Yahweh Tazah, if you brothers and sisters were edified, we're going to be out there at the altar in about an hour or so. With that being said, Shalom.